Hey all, John aka Whiskey and Sound, and I'm back with another episode of Boilermaker Mondays. Now I thought that I would keep it consistent with the last 2 weeks, and that is to revisit barrel and batch single cask releases. And this one is a absolute belter of a dram. It is a old Pulteney, so situated in the Highlands. It's maritime Highland whiskey. So it's got a lot going on with this actually. I really enjoyed this particular distillery. And it's one that I know their core range is one of those ones that's very consistent. Like you can pick it out in a blind anywhere that it's an old Pulteney. It's just got it has that distinguished profile note that you pick up on, which is it is very oily, it's very rich and like there's a real fine line between the herbal note and the briny note that you get, and it's like I think it's a bit of a underappreciated distillery as well. So, and I tend to jump on their tastings every time they have them available as well, because they are just, like you get to try some of their, like their older bottlings. I've been fortunate to try like a 1983 old Pulteney, and it is just, phenomenal stuff. So this particular bottling through Barrel and Batch is a single cask release. So it is a 13-year-old and 13 years and 10 months in a First Fill ex-bourbon barrel, and it yielded about 258 bottles. So this was vintage 2006, and this has quite the character on it. So they called this one halftime oranges. So if that's anything to go off, you know that's going to be zesty as all hell. So I'm going to give myself a real... actually I'll buy it. I was going to say I'll give myself a real generous pour. But, nah, I'll take it easy for a change. I won't get too written off. I mean, it is Monday after all, so... But, right. So, now this has had a little bit of airtime as well, so I can just get stuck straight into this, which is awesome. And yes, lots of zest. Lots of orange zest. Just like Negroni style orange peel ringing out kind of zest. Very rich. There's that slight herbal note as well. Rich in vanilla too, which is gorgeous. What else is in there that I can pick up on? Like, this one's actually not as briny on the nose, but I recall it being like you'll get that soft, briny note on the palate. So, but yeah, this is. Oh, hang on. Where are you? It's like what is it? There's a particular it's like a what could I call it? There's a particular style of, it's something that I've noticed in the past, which is like a salty. Oh, actually, you know what? It's kind of like saladas. That's what I get, like the salted crisp bread, or crackers. It's a cracker of a dram. But yeah, definitely got that. There's a little bit of a oily, a little bit of a briny, oily note that's starting to come through now, which is that old Pulteney note that I was talking about. If it wasn't masked with so much citrus, you'd almost pick up on, and I do get this in particular older bottlings of old Pulteney. It's like the confectionery milk bottles. That's a note that I'd get. And I know there was this, I can't remember, Miranda from SMWS always reminds me what the bottle is, because I can't forget, I can't remember for the life of me what the name of that particular bottling is, but it was an SMWS old Pulteney bottling, which, like, I only just got to nose the dregs that was left in the bottle because it was a hit. it was a hit of a dram. So, but anyway, enough me spruiking about this. Mm. Mm. Oh yeah, like I was saying. Oh, very buttery, very buttery. Strong vanilla, and also packs a punch. Yeah, being that it's a single cask release too, so it sits at about the 53% mark, which I think is just a real nice ABV. It's got an awesome mouthfeel on it, coats a palate. It is wow. Actually, it's got a real good marmalade feel on the. Yeah, that's what this is. It's marmalade, very very marmalady. Like like there's like a rich sugary feel to it, vanilla laced into it, and it's the finish is just still going. So what I'm going to do with this is I want to try and change her up a bit with what I'm going to pair it back with, and this is going back to the Spanish beers. So this one is Inedit Damm, which is a wheat beer brewed with spices. I believe in this is coriander and licorice. Sounds weird. Sounds very bloody weird. That's why we're going to try it. So, why am I going to try it? What am I what am I trying to achieve with this? One, I'm just looking for an excuse to crack open this beer. But two, I also want to see if there's a cut to this particular pairing, and if it brings out certain characters from each other. So now I've never tried this beer before, so I don't know how it's going to go. Your guess will be as good as mine, but either way, I'm going to give it a shot. It is 4.8%. Yes, it is 4.8%. So, yeah, just to confirm that it was actually, yeah, barley, wheat, hops, coriander, licorice, and orange peel. So I'm hoping that, yeah, like the zestiness from this will complement old mate over here, old Pulteney, and yeah, it's either gonna cut through and make it like a real complexity bomb, or it could just serve as like a complement. Or actually, no, I won't say this is going to be complement. I reckon this is going to be more contrast. So, and not just that, but the wheat beers are really starting to grow on me as of recent times. So, yeah, really enjoying them. Okay, so I'm not getting a great deal on the nose, funnily enough. No, I spoke too soon. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that coriander note. Yeah, does smell spicy. Does smell very spicy, and that orange note's definitely there. Alright, so let's try this, shall we? And see where it's going to fit in the line. Right. That was not what I had in mind. As far as I was expecting Spice Bomb. But actually no, that is so well integrated. That's very complex, if anything. That's well, let's see if this is going to go really well with this. I think it's going to go down the path of a compliment. So on that, let's go beer wash, whiskey rinse first. See how that behaves, and then we'll swap it around and do a whiskey wash and beer rinse. Cool. This is yeah, right, curveball, but that's all right. I like my surprises, so this is definitely one. Okay. Whoa. Whoa, bring on the oils. Oh, that's a ripper. Right, so that's actually that has acted like a cut. It's pulled the marmalade factor back. I don't know how it's managed to do that, but it's done it. So, like magic, and I like that. I'm a fan. So it's really turned into like it. It's actually turned into a shortbread with with just like a hint of salt on it. Yeah, it's made it very shortbready. Cool. I like that. That's a nice little twist. Right. So where did I put my water? Well, apparently, I'm gonna extract water from the whiskey tonight. So yeah, there we go. Cool. All right, let's do a whiskey wash and then a beer rinse, which I think may be the winner. I'm just gonna hunch. All right. Oh, such a gorgeous nose, really gorgeous nose. This is and both of these are actually, yeah, both of these are still available as well. So that's still available on Barrel and Batch. That is still available at Dan Murphy. So feel free to, yeah, give it a try. But I already like what I'd done there in the first round, which was a nice little surprise going beer wash, whiskey rinse. But I got a suspicion that this is going to go really well this way. So, let's really coat that palate. Awesome, it's done just that. Right, now all the herbs are starting to come out. That was not expected as well. Very different, very refreshing. This is definitely a summer Boilermaker, which I mean, obviously now we're getting into the warmer climates for spring. Well, we're in the middle of spring now, which is good. We are getting the warmer days. We're starting to see some sun back now that we've pushed forward the clock. So, yeah, that means we're going to have some lovely summer nights ahead of us to enjoy some beautiful Boilermakers in weather as such. So this is going to be definitely one of those summer Boilermakers that I'll be enjoying again. And I will revisit this beer with this particular whiskey. I think it works really well. It goes, so the third elements I created, it went to a, it cut the zest out when we went beer wash, whiskey rinse, and it turned it into shortbread on the finish. Now we've gone whiskey wash and then beer rinse, and it's cut it's just cut everything out all together and extracted the spiciness from the beer, which I think is incredible. So it did, in a roundabout way, do what I wanted it to do, except it cut other things it cancelled off other particular flavors. Ones that I wasn't expecting to cut off, but it did, and it's brought out a level of complexity in the beer, which is what I really like. I mean, it's not smack power in your face like a typical craft beer. Like, these are very easy going, 4.8% beers. So it's like, it's not overly rich and complex, but you're sitting there afterwards like, okay, something's happening there. And it's one that you got to sit there and break down. So, but look, this is one that I'd happily pair back with anything. This would go with sours. This would go with IPAs. This would go with I'd put this with a Corona. There's a few things that I could pair back this whiskey with, which is pretty cool. I'm happy with this Boilermaker. It done well. It wasn't anything like, wow, what the hell? But it was very, it was fun. It was fun. It was refreshing, and it's very easy to drink. So if you just want something that you don't want to think a great deal about, but you want something with a little bit of a twist to it, this is definitely it. So I'll definitely rate this. So on that note, I'm going to leave it nice and short for a change. This is sitting at the 15-minute mark, which is, it's been a first in quite some time. So I'm going to keep it there, and I'm going to go off now and have some dinner. So on that note, thank you so much for tuning in once again for another episode. And I'm going to do something really, really different next week for you. I'm actually going to be doing a blind Boilermaker. What does that mean? You have to kick back and wait for that one. So, yeah, it should be fun. It should be very fun. So, right, thank you all for tuning in. And remember, like, share, subscribe, and support wherever you can. But what I mean by support, keep those comments and questions coming. Whether it be, and it's been great that whether I'll jump in on tasting nights or catch ups, and I'll get the questions coming as to what should I pair this with and that with, and that's awesome. It gives me a great amount of content to work with, and it's good because it gives me a refresher as well on what I've paired back in the past. So that's awesome. That's the support that I love and thrive on. So keep that coming by all means. And yeah, stay up to date with all these episodes as well by hitting the like and subscribe button. So thank you once again, and I'll catch us all next Monday for another episode of Boilermaker Mondays. Have a good one.